This is the setup for slashing and closing the dart. So just a single dart on the side. If we look at the single dart here on the front and the single dart here, we're going to close those two out, which will increase the spread at the hem. So this dart gets closed out by cutting up through this line, which is drawn to the end of the dart, squared up from the hem to the end of the dart, the same on the back. Before we can do that though, we need to make both the front and the back dart the same length. If we don't have them the same length, they'll open up different amounts. We want it to be a balanced pattern, opening up the same amount front and back. So we need to make sure that the dart has been redrawn for both front and back to the high hip line. Okay, so that's 10 centimetres above the regular hip line. We've redrawn the dart at the front so that the apex is on the high hip line, and the same with the back. Once we've done that, we can trace around these sections that I've highlighted here in the green. Those traced off sections will then be added back on with the value of the dart closed out. So here we go, we've got the front one here. We align it so that the dart is closed out, and we get the fullness happening here at the hem. So I'm just going to stick that down now so that we've got that dart closed out at the waist and opening out at the hem. So that's adding extra fullness to the hem in that way. We can do the same thing to the back. I've got the traced off section. I'm going to align it with the apex of the dart, close out the value of the dart. So essentially I'm pivoting from the apex of the dart. If I had a little pin and held it there and swiveled it, I could do that quite easily. Or alternatively, I can just align the end of the apex of the dart and align the value of the dart and close it out that way. Okay, so our new side seam becomes this line here. We're going to eliminate that little wedge here at the front and at the back. Our new hem will be coming and blending into the original, and our side seams will be on the same angle because we've adjusted the dart to be the same length at the front and the back. So to blend our hem, we can just use a curved section of the ruler, or we can blend it back by drawing it into the new part. And it should be a nice curved line blending back into the new part. This is eliminated and this is eliminated. So now we have a front skirt with a single dart, an extra fullness, and a back dart with extra fullness. And if we look at the value, we've actually increased 5 centimetres extra in the hem line. So when I make my final pattern, I would just make sure that everything is balanced and that I've got hip notches in the correct place and so forth. Okay, so that's closing a single dart to create the extra fullness at the hem.